I'm feeling great, you know. I'm ready to go out there and make history.
The beginning when they say, hey, you thinking about fight Crawford, I say, never thinking about that. But you can realize how big is this fight, no? Mexican, always Mexican versus USA is big. And two of the best pound for pound. And I think this fight is huge and means a lot for me.
Here in Vegas, the electricity is in the air. So, look, even though these guys are, combined almost 80 years old, it should be a good fight.
What I would say to you is that he has to stay away. Don't stand in front of Canelo trying to exchange.
I think this fight's going to be a war. I think it's going to be even better than people expect it to be.
This is the mega fight of the moment. Pros, fans, and even the fighters themselves are locked in a heated debate over Canelo versus Crawford. Terence Crawford opened up about why he wanted the Canelo fight, showing both respect and confidence. He acknowledged Canelo's legacy as one of Mexico's greatest champions, but also made it clear that this matchup will push him to another level, bringing out his very best inside the ring.
A little bit of everything. You know, I think I'm gonna have to do a little bit of everything in there. I think Canelo is a great fighter. He's one of the all-time great Mexican fighters. I think he's gonna bring the best out of Terence Crawford, and a lot of people are gonna be surprised.
Crawford didn't just see this fight as another payday. He viewed it as a true test of greatness. He explained that both he and Canelo remain the standout fighters of their era, and for him, real champions must chase big risks for the biggest rewards against the very best.
Because we the two best fighters of our era, you know, still, you know, going strong. Everybody else is, you know, either younger than us or, you know, past and retired. So why not? You know, I want to challenge myself. The best always looking to fight the best and challenge themselves, you know, and why not, you know, challenge myself with the likes of Canelo. Big risk, big reward.
Moving on, Canelo opened up about why he agreed to this fight, emphasizing its significance. He reflected on the scale of the matchup, the intense Mexico versus USA rivalry, and the fact that both fighters are among the best pound for pound. For him, this bout carries huge personal and professional meaning.
You know, I take this fight because you can see how big is this fight, no? The beginning when they say, hey, you thinking about fight Crawford, I say, never thinking about that. But you can realize how big is this fight, no? Mexican, always Mexican versus USA is big. And two of the best pound for pound. And I think this fight is huge and means a lot for me.
Canelo explained how the fight's magnitude became clear to him over time. As discussions grew and everyone around him pushed for it to be a major event, he realized the worldwide attention, including media and streaming platforms, would make this matchup one of the biggest in boxing history.
When the people start talking, and obviously everybody around try to make this fight, I say, look, needs to be big, right? Because Netflix, Riyadh season, everybody interested in this fight. So that's when I realized how big is this fight.
Additionally, Dana White talked about the massive stakes of Crawford versus Canelo, with over 65,000 fans attending live and millions watching worldwide. He said Crawford's move up in weight and desire to cement his legacy will push him to come at Canelo aggressively, promising an intense, action-packed fight.
There's 50 different ways to break down this fight, which is what makes this fight so great. And the fact that my philosophy is always this: what's at stake? Yes. And there's so much at stake. All I care about as the promoter of this event is that it's a good fight. Over 65,000 people are coming in for this fight live. Who knows how many are going to tune in around the world on Netflix, but what I want is when it's over, everybody turns off the TV or walks out of the arena and goes, I'm so glad I came to this fight.
That was war.
I mean, I could sit here for an hour and break down the fight, you know, both ways for both guys. But what I truly believe is because Crawford's moving up in weight and you know, this legacy thing is so important to him, he's going to come at Canelo. And you know how Canelo is a counterpuncher. And
Dana added that Canelo's counterpunching and power will make the battle explosive. He predicted a war inside the ring and insisted the fight would exceed expectations, leaving fans thrilled whether they watch live or on screen, highlighting just how high the energy and intensity would be.
it's hard, and I think it's going to be a war. And I don't ever try to go out and oversell a fight and then sit there at the end of the press conference going, ooh, you know.
Yeah.
I think this fight's going to be a war. I think it's going to be even better than people expect it to be.
Meanwhile, Roy Jones Jr. reflected on the mentality of great fighters when facing tough challenges. He explained that true champions never worry about size, speed, or power. They trust their own abilities. Comparing this mindset to Crawford, Jones highlighted how Bud has always been avoided in boxing, proving just how dangerous and respected he truly is.
When we get put in that position, we go find opposition to make that happen. You understand me? So when we go looking for the opposition, we're not concerned about how big they are, how fast they are, how strong they are. We feel like we got enough that we can bring to the table with anybody. That night I fought John Ruiz, I didn't care who was over there. Whoever they brought out that locker room was gonna get it. You understand me? That's just what it was. And I think Bud kind of has that feeling. Now, Bud, you gotta remember, has been around for a long time. Nobody called him out. You understand me? All the time Floyd came at the boxing floor, never said I want Bud Crawford.
No one ever said his name.
Hey, all I know is one thing. Israel Mazarmov, he didn't get it. He barely lost.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but nobody called his name. You understand where I'm coming from? So when you know a guy is that formidable and that people are ducking or don't want to see him, he's a problem.
Continuing his thoughts, Roy compared the physical differences between fighters of different eras. He explained how bigger opponents who moved down in weight could handle punches better. Shifting focus to Canelo, Jones admitted he has never seen anyone truly hurt the Mexican star, highlighting his toughness and durability inside the ring.
The difference was I was coming from 185 making 175. These guys come from 200, 210 making 175. So they could absorb the punch a bit better than the guys that were closer to my size. However, Canelo I have never seen anybody hurt Canelo.
No, ever.
Adding on, Stephen A. Smith and Teddy Atlas debated the best tactics for Canelo versus Crawford. Stephen explained that Crawford's style is unique, like moving from old TV to 3D. He praised Crawford's skill and speed, while making it clear that Canelo is still a solid and respected fighter.
I like Crawford. I'll get right to it.
Why?
Because he's like the first time you went from regular TV, which you've been doing a long time, to 3D. He's different. Really, that's the simplest way I can say it. You know, back in the day, I used Betamax, and then that was good. It was cool. Right. VHS, VCR, all that stuff. I still got them, actually. And all of a sudden, digital came around.
There you go.
He's digital. Really. And I'm not knocking Canelo for all the people.
The debate then shifted to Canelo's record. Atlas questioned some fights, like those against Golovkin and Lara, pointing out imperfections. Stephen defended Canelo, but admitted Crawford had impressive moves, especially when stepping up in weight. Their discussion highlighted how closely matched and debated this mega fight really is.
Out there that, you know, want to pull their arrows now and start slinging shots at me. Hey, that's okay, that's fine. But I'm not knocking him. He's a good, solid guy. He's
Good,
tremendous.
solid guy. He's 63-2, Teddy, and has never been knocked out. And this guy that's fighting him is moving up 63-2.
Wait, what's his record?
63-2.
By who's accounting?
What do you mean by who's accounting? What are you trying to say?
What am I trying to say?
Building on that, Smith and Atlas discussed Crawford moving up 2 weight classes to face an 11-0 unbeaten fighter. Stephen noted Crawford's earlier jump from 147 to 154, while Atlas compared it to moving from VHS to digital, showing Crawford can handle the challenge.
Okay.
Because stepping up for the first time to that weight class, he didn't look the way that we wanted to say, oh my God.
Well, stay with me. Let me ask you this question.
And Majumov was not getting the credit for the kind of fighter that he was.
But let me ask you a question, Teddy Atlas. He didn't look the way you wanted him to look, moving up from 147 to 154. Now he's going from 154 to 2 weight classes to 168 against a guy who's 11-0 at the 168-pound limit and is entering his 12th fight undefeated and has never been knocked out.
They highlighted Crawford's skills as one of the top 2 fighters in the world. To beat Canelo, he must keep distance, hit, stick, and move, avoiding exchanges. The debate focused on whether Crawford can execute this strategy to claim victory.
Yeah, VHS digital. Did you worry about that jump when you went from VHS to digital? No, you just said we're at digital now, and it looks good. It looks really good, and you look great. No, you do.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You look tremendous.
But I'm just saying, listen, I believe in Crawford too, and I believe that Crawford is one of the top 2 fighters on the planet. But he is moving up 2 weight classes, and when people look at him going up against Canelo, here's what they're saying. He's got to keep his distance. He's got to hit, stick, and move. He can't stay in front of him and exchange. Tell us what kind of fight Crawford has to fight that you believe he will fight that will enable him to win this fight.
Sure.
Additionally, Oscar De La Hoya shared his prediction for the Canelo versus Crawford fight, breaking down key factors. He highlighted Crawford moving up 2 weight classes and coming off a long layoff, giving Canelo a potential advantage. He explained how the fight could unfold, from a possible knockout to a tactical boxing battle.
Here in Vegas, the electricity is in the air. So, look, even though these guys are, combined almost 80 years old, it should be a good fight. And let me tell you why. Crawford is coming up 2 weight classes, and he's coming off a year's layoff. So that's a huge advantage for Canelo. If Canelo forces his will on him, he'll probably be 190 pounds inside the ring on fight night. I give him a great shot in the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th round to knock out Crawford. If he doesn't do that, then Crawford is going to box his ears off.
Furthermore, Stephen A. Smith analyzed Crawford's approach against Canelo, emphasizing the importance of strategy. He warned that standing toe-to-toe would be a mistake, noting Canelo's strength and experience at 168 pounds. With Crawford stepping up in weight for the first time, Smith highlighted the challenges he will face in the fight.
What I would say to you is that he has to stay away. Don't stand in front of Canelo trying to exchange. I think that's going to be a mistake. Canelo looked a little small yesterday. We know once the weigh-in subsides, he's going to come into the fight bigger and strong. This is his 12th fight at 168. He's undefeated at 11-0 in these fights. This is Crawford's first fight at 168.
On the other side, Crawford's dad, Terry Crawford, shared his excitement about his son's upcoming fight with Canelo. He recalled past discussions about opponents being too big and noted how Crawford has grown and filled out over the years, even appearing taller and stronger than Canelo, showing how much he has developed as a fighter.
I'm very excited. like I told T, I said, T, will you ever fight Canelo? He's like, no, he's too big. But
when was that? That was a few years ago, right?
Yeah, about 4 or 5 years ago.
Wow, so you spoke it into existence.
Yeah, he's too big. He's like, he's too big. But, now, look at T now.
He filled out really big. Is he the bigger fighter now? You bulked up so much. It looks like he's taller than Canelo. What do you think?
Meanwhile, Canelo's brother Ricardo Alvarez shared his bold prediction about the fight, praising Crawford's skills but expressing full confidence in Canelo. He suggested that while Crawford will make it competitive, Canelo's power and experience could lead to a knockout, possibly around the 6th to 8th round, showing his belief in his brother's dominance.
What do you expect from Crawford early in the
Crawford
fight?
is a good fighter. He's going to make a great fight. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But my brother is better.
Knockout? Do you think?
Yes, knockout.
What round do you think?
This is the last picture, guys. What round do you think you're going to start trespassing if you don't start walking?
What round do you think knockout?
I don't know what round, but I'm sure that we win by knockout.
Close fight or not close fight?
No, I think in the half of the fight.
From 6 rounds?
Yes, 6, 7, 8, maybe.
Yeah.
Furthermore, boxing legend Deontay Wilder reflected on the hype surrounding Canelo versus Crawford. He emphasized how special the matchup is, noting the skill and reputation of both fighters. Wilder framed the bout as a historic event where the fans ultimately benefit from witnessing 2 elite champions face off.
I mean, I think everybody look good. It's gonna be a great fight. You know what I mean? This it's gonna be one of those fights where the fans win. You know what I mean? Because it's such a great event. 2 great fighters. fighting each other. I call it a century fight. You know what I mean? So
Wilder continued sharing his thoughts on Canelo versus Crawford, stressing the fight's intensity and unpredictability. He warned that fans shouldn't blink as every moment will matter. Wilder highlighted the high stakes and excitement, emphasizing that this matchup promises edge-of-your-seat action from start to finish.
most definitely. I mean, it's gonna be a great fight at the end of the day. You know, this is one of these fights you don't want to blink. So, you know what I mean, we're gonna see what happens.
Adding on, Andrew Tate shared his excitement for the Canelo versus Crawford fight, praising Canelo's skill and dominance. He explained why it's hard to bet against him and expressed his enthusiasm for being back in America, highlighting the country's unmatched influence in entertainment and global culture surrounding major sporting events.
Hard to bet against Canelo. It's hard to bet against Canelo. So I'm very excited. But guys, honestly, I think that it's very glad to be home. I'm very glad to be home back in America. When it comes to entertainment, when it comes to affecting global culture, America does it like absolutely nobody else. Looking forward to all of it. Would you ever?
Building on previous insights from analysts and legends, Carl Froch offered his updated take after the weigh-in. While many highlighted Canelo's power and Crawford's skill, Froch noted that as the fight neared, he increasingly favored Crawford for a points win, though Canelo could still score a stoppage due to the weight jump.
Listen, they'll get there one day. One day they'll be like the Cobra. Now listen, that's a proper good fight. I'm looking forward to it. And I think as close as the fight's going to be, I'm feeling like the closer the fight gets to happening, the more I'm favouring Terence Crawford. So, points win for Terence Crawford or a stoppage for Canelo. Yeah. And that was only because Crawford's out of his weight division. He might struggle to weight.
As the world waits for Canelo versus Crawford, the debate shows just how evenly matched these fighters are. Legends, promoters, and analysts all agree. This isn't just a fight, it's a test of skill, strategy, and heart. From Crawford's daring move up in weight to Canelo's proven power, every prediction highlights the tension and excitement surrounding this mega bout. Fans are in for a high-stakes, edge-of-your-seat battle where every round could change the outcome, making it one of the most anticipated fights in recent memory. Which side do you think will come out on top, Canelo's power or Crawford's skill? Share your prediction in the comments below.